In today's episode, we've got some extremely bullish charts to talk about for Bitcoin, the altcoin market, and we're going to discuss the new rumor that's circulating about the Solana ETF supposedly going to be applied in the next month. Here's everything you need to know about that, starting off with what's happening in Bitcoin. So over the weekend, crypto Twitter was pissing themselves over a 2% move to the downside. Fucking nerds. We just put in our second highest weekly candle body close in history, guys. This 3% move is not even noteworthy. I don't know why some of you are losing your minds over this, but when in doubt, zoom out. Second highest weekly candle body close, we're looking good. Now it's a Monday and a new week, so we haven't had any new ETF flows to discuss for today, but in terms of the flows for last week, they were absolutely ginormous, totaling 1.83 billion worth of cumulative inflows from the ETFs. Now the ETFs are mostly buying from Coinbase, and this absolutely sent the Bitcoin balances on exchanges to their lowest levels in the past year, and actually the lowest levels since 2018. Bullish. Ethereum, in a similar pattern as Bitcoin, has broken to the upside of this falling wedge, and it's looking like it's flipping previous resistance as support. And Bitcoin, these are all the developments in the lower time frames. Bitcoin is still looking to break out of this massive accumulation range that we've been stuck in for the past 100 days. In the short term, it looks like we're trying to flip these important levels and break to the upside of this massive bull flag. Guys, a lot is going on in the lower time frames. In the higher time frames though, like we said, we're still in this range for the past 105 days. We're still getting continuation from Bitcoin's falling wedge to the upside, looking to move up to our price targets, 73,000 to 75,000 approximately. And as we're still looking at these upside targets, we are still in our long position for Bitcoin on our 10 and 20x leverage long. However, I am now going to be incorporating a specific stop loss, which I'll let you know about. That's 68,400 from our 20x leverage long position. That's going to be up about 6% on a 10x leverage. That's 60% move. On a 20x leverage, that is a 1.2x return if we do come down to this level and get stopped out. So if we get stopped out in a 1.2x return on that trade, and we get stopped out in approximately 32% profit on our 10x entry trade, what I'll be doing is I'll just be looking at the charts. I'll be looking at the breakout of this massive bull flag and be looking for a new position to pivot myself back into. So if you missed the previous trade, which went absolutely crazy, be sure to number one, turn notifications on for YouTube, and number two, come and join the Discord, which is linked to my YouTube, and turn notifications on for the Cowboys trade segment. This is the channel which gets all of my trades with haste. So we're looking extremely good, but don't be surprised if we start off the week with a small correction, retesting these important zones. Now moving on to the altcoin market, just before we talk about the Solana ETF, if we look at the daily time frame for the total altcoin market cap, that's the total cryptocurrency market cap minus Bitcoin, you can see we are currently forming a bullish pennant with a price target up at 1.6 billion, about a 55% move from where we are at this moment in time, almost coming up to new all-time highs. Guys, whether you want to call this a bullish pennant, which is a bullish continuation pattern, or an asymmetrical triangle, which typically breaks in the direction of the trend is up, and we have just broken out of a massive cup and handle pattern of the likes that we've seen alt season after alt season again. If you get shaken out now, you're not going to make it. Now let's talk about one of the most important narratives right now, and that's that there are rumors circulating all over crypto Twitter right now stating that a Solana ETF can be applied in the next month. Supposedly this rumor is going hard on Wall Street. It looks like this rumor was initially circulated by Bitcoin LFG, and since then a ton of large crypto accounts are posting similar things, such as that Martini guy. BlackRock have supposedly started the application process for a Solana ETF. Where are their sources? Where are their claims? They do not exist. So the unfortunate fact is, regarding these Solana ETFs, all of these accounts are just making baseless claims, talking shit, using you for engagement, and there's absolutely zero substance and zero sources behind any of these claims. Here's exactly what you need to know about a Solana ETF. Because don't get me wrong, guys, my channel is about Bitcoin and Solana. I would love to see a Solana ETF, but here is exactly what we need to see for that to come through. So here's the truth. There's been a lot of speculation recently regarding a Solana ETF following the approval of the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. Now, industry figures such as Ripple's CEO Brad Garlinghouse is suggesting that Solana could be next in line, and I do agree with that. However, experts from Bloomberg's intelligence team offer a more measured view, and they highlight the regulatory hurdles such as the SEC's ongoing legal battles with a bunch of cryptocurrency exchanges, and Solana has been specifically mentioned as a security within those cases, which are still ongoing, which adds to the complexity and hurdles of the Solana ETF. Pair this with the fact that Solana does not have a futures contract trading on the CME futures, and this suggests that the Solana ETF could be postponed to 2026. So why 2026? If you didn't know, previously almost every single ETF has required 2 years worth of trading on the CME futures for the SEC to analyze and determine that there's no market manipulation from the centralized exchanges on the price. So as you can see, Bitcoin was approved because issuers were able to provide this data. They were trading on the CME futures. Ethereum was able to get an ETF approved because they have been trading on the CME futures. And unfortunately, Solana is not yet trading on the CME futures. So there's two different possibilities here. Number one is the bearish case. Issuers apply very quickly for a Solana ETF. They get listed on the CME futures and get approved earliest in 2026. Now, number two, this is the bullish case, and I do think this could potentially be very likely and possible for a Solana ETF to get approved by 2024. I just want to give you the facts. This is the FIT21 crypto bill, and if this is fully passed, and let's say maybe Trump, who's crypto friendly, gets into office this year, as we all know, Biden is basically trying to veto every single crypto act which is getting passed. If this FIT21 crypto bill gets passed to Senate, then we will have a proper consumer protection bill establishing a regulatory framework for digital assets, clearing up any unclear rules about crypto regulation, and this could put Solana at the forefront of the next ETF candidate within 2024. Anyway, I just wanted to provide you with the facts so you can make an informed decision, unlike the rest of these fuckers who just lie to you and use you for engagement. These large accounts know what they're doing to get engagement, and trust me, if someone posts something like this saying, oh, I've got news that something massive has happened, they should have a source. If they don't have a source, that's a red flag. Anyway, recently the SEC has taken a massive 180 turn on crypto. The FIT21 bill is very, very likely to get passed in Senate, and if we've got Trump in office in 2024, that, in my opinion, lines up the catalysts for Solana being approved this year. But is Solana going to get approved next month? Probably not. Now, there's already a bunch of institutional demand lined up for Solana, so Solana would definitely do very, very well with an ETF. For example, Grayscale is charging over a 7x premium for their Solana traded products on their website. If we come down, you can see the market price per share of G SOL is $445. However, this only includes 0.375 of Solana per share. Now, if we times the Solana per share by the current market price of Solana, that gives us $59 worth of Solana per share of Grayscale SOL, which is $445. We take the price of Grayscale Solana traded product, we divide it by the actual amount of US dollar Solana per contract, and you can see they are charging over a 7.5x premium on Solana, and institutions and stock market people are buying this up like crazy. And Solana doesn't even need an ETF as much as other cryptocurrencies do. Solana has the most DEX activity out of any other blockchain. But of course, we know institutional demand is there for Solana traded products on an ETF front, so that would be very, very nice. Regardless, Solana's still looking good to me in the lower timeframes on the daily. It looks like we're copying this fractal exactly with the inverse head and shoulder breakout, new yearly high, forming a new correction, inverse head and shoulder breakout, and it looks like we always do this. We have like a swing failure pattern beneath these levels. Solana, I've said this before, I call this a fuck you pattern on Solana. Everyone looks at a particular range that Solana's trading in and they say, hey, this is the floor. Solana really needs to hold this floor, otherwise we're going to go much lower. Solana then dips its toes beneath this level and then just completely reverses in what I like to call a fuck you reversal. And it did it over here, inverse head and shoulder breakout. Oh, this is the retest. Oh, it's pushing up. Okay, it really needs to hold this neckline. Breaks beneath this neckline, fuck you reversal, just does its own thing again. We've seen this time after time again. This wick down here, a lot of people saying Solana really needs to hold $119, otherwise, you know, we could BART pattern all the way down to 100. It dips down 78 cents lower than the previous low. Fuck you reversal, just sends it much higher, and this is looking like the same fractal in my opinion. Any day now, we're probably going to start reversing, and that's probably going to be catalyzed by further supply shocks happening on Bitcoin. If the ETFs keep on buying and Bitcoin keeps on putting in these nice higher lows and higher highs, everything is going to send it very, very soon, especially the altcoin market once we break out of this level. Don't let corrections distract you from the fact that Solana is going to go to $870 to $1.3 thousand in this cycle, and that is not including the potential of an ETF coming for Solana, a real ETF, unlike the ETFs being stated on crypto Twitter right now. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for today. If you enjoyed the video, smash like on the way out. See you in the next one. Peace.